guys, welcome to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for watching this amazing content. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And today we're super excited. We're going to be filming an amazing video and it's titled Things They Don't Tell You About Adult Friendships, because sis, they are the absolute ghetto.
Ghetto of the ghettoest of the ghettoest shit ever. Pardon my language.
I know, right? It's serious. These things are things they will never tell you, because when you grow up, you're just like, what is this madness? As in, what is this madness?
Well, yeah, that's
so
true.
yeah. So today I'm being joined by my sister from another mother and father. So we have been friends for over 10 years.
Yeah, but
Wow.
10 years.
We were friends since primary, but now we got closer when we went to high school because we were now roommates.
The roommate just
Deca
like
mates. Imagine, guys, like
just like Deca.
These things really work.
It came to my house.
Yeah.
You came to see girls.
Yeah,
right?
that's a girl. Yeah.
Imagine.
So life is so amazing. We went to different universities, but God has been faithful. We've still been closer, and I think the older we grow, the closer we become.
Yeah.
I think experiences have just brought us together. And today we're going to be sharing our experience with you. So please stay tuned for more of this. Well, before we get started, I want this beautiful lady to introduce herself, tell us who she is, and yeah, let's get it on.
Guys, thanks Sharon and your amazing followers or subscribers in this case for having me on your channel. So my name is Gloria Wangari, but officially my brand name is Kari Kaburu. I'm a fashion content creator and I enjoy creating fashion stuff, anything fashion, a bit of beauty here and there.
Yeah.
So do follow me. I think Sharon will leave the details in the description box.
Yes, I will.
In the description box. Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram and you'll be able to see the various content that I put out. Yeah.
Amazing content, like you guys, you cannot afford to miss out on her videos. Like we're usually waiting on them like this, like
Sis is gassing me up.
time. When are you releasing another video? Anyway, so sis, this thing about friendships.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I think we've had this conversation on our one-on-one so many times. And that's why we thought this would be a perfect topic to discuss about, because these things, honestly, you need. Sometimes I feel like you need therapy. You know,
You
it's
do.
yeah?
You need therapy because you see the thing with friendships is you become close with someone. So close they know you're in and out, all those shenanigans, and then all of a sudden, you guys either drift. You drift. It could be just you may drift to like out of something happening, but because you know this person was dear to you at a specific point in time, that heart has to be there. It's and especially if you know now on your end, if maybe you were not the person who had, and high chances the other person felt a different way, you'll definitely feel hurt.
Yeah.
But how exactly do you maneuver them, like as you said, adult friendships? Because this is, you know, right now we're all evolving into our own different person. People will change, others won't, you know.
Yeah.
So how do you keep that balance when it comes to
friendships? Yeah, and then you see the thing is you have to be very intentional not to lose yourself, because that's another thing I've learned. Actually, that's my first thing. Adult things they don't tell you about adult friendships is that it's so easy for you to lose yourself in the midst of the madness and the chaos that comes with being in an adult friendship. And why am I saying this? It's because so many times like for example, we are really good friends, but there are things you like, there are things I don't like, probably the things you'll enjoy, there are things I won't enjoy, and there are certain principles you have probably that I don't agree with, you see. And sometimes it's very easy for you, if you are not the kind of person who's stern in your beliefs and in the person that you are, it's very easy for you to lose yourself in the midst of friendships. And this happens especially in a crowd. You know, when it's just one of you, you're like, sis, you know me, you know what I like, you know what I don't like, and it's easy for you to have boundaries. But when you're in the midst of a crowd,
and then silently there's that crowd mentality.
Exactly.
No one says there's a crowd or group mentality or group direction, but chini ya maji
it just happens. Yeah.
Kila mtu anasema ni mtu anasema ni hivi na kila mtu anasema ni hivyo ndio itafanyika.
And then the worst part, you never realize until you're in it too deep. And you're trying to come out of that, and you realize you got to a point you're like, okay, sometimes I can't make a decision without thinking about what will my squad think. You know, if I even want to, it can even be something so small as travel, as fashion. You're like, okay, I like this, but if I wear like this, what will my squad think about me? Or I like this guy, but if I tell my squad, what will they think about it? You know, and it's very, I think one thing is it's important to really find yourself first. And the thing about finding yourself is you will always, I think even when you're 50, you're still finding yourself because you change.
Exactly. People evolve. You can't be the same.
Yeah.
Like how you were 3 years ago, 10 years ago. I mean, like how you can't be the same. Like your tastes change, your interests change, the people you're attracted to change, the people who are attracted to you change. Like it's just evolution, I guess. Like just personality. Evolution, for lack of a better word. I think that's a thing. But yeah, because you just keep on evolving. So, but just back to the point you've mentioned in terms of like what will my squad think? I think that's heavily when that's in university. Because you see in university, you guys are going to class together. Munatoka huku, munataka kwenda kule. Your time, of course, for some one or another mentality, that group mentality, whatever thinking will be there. But I think when you're now out of university and now you're starting to be your own self. Because you see, you won't be employed in your what is hello. Come here.
And your squad mates come.
It wouldn't work like that. So you see, that's now when someone starts to actually understand who they are as an individual. Who am I as Kadi? Inaweza ama haiwezi. You know that. So I think in uni, it's even very, very rampant, that whole group thing. But I think now when you start working and getting outside of uni, it kind of slowly dies down. But depending on how close the group is, it can still definitely continue. So you have to say that it's not going to be there.
You know what I've remembered? You remember in Pangani? Our former principal, she used to tell us, you came into that Pangani door alone and you will leave this door alone. So it's the same thing for high school, campus. You see, the thing is, when you're in campus and you're in that group, you think that we're going to do this thing called life together forever, and then you live there and you get some serious culture shock because you realize people get out of campus and they're like, okay, they no longer want to be your friend, and it's okay, but it hurts. You know, like people just decide, they wake up one day and they're like, hey, maybe I'm done. Her vibe does no longer fit in my I don't know, my space or something of the sort. So I think it's important what you said, like knowing the older you grow, you become more aware of who you are.
You become more aware of who you are.
What you can entertain and what you can't, and what you love and what you don't. So I think that's a good thing. So what do you think? How about you?
I think for me, when it comes to adult friendships, honestly, we just need to normalize the aspect that we don't have to talk every day. We just don't have to talk every day, guys. Like, make sure already now chapa na 50,000 things. Then, but you expect me to, or you expect it. For me personally, and have seen even majority of my friendships, even with you, like we don't chat every day. But when we chat, it's an in-depth conversation, and I really enjoy that because you have your own stuff that you have your career, you have your content, you have your business. You still have your core friendships, and in this case I'll put like your relationship as a core, because you see that's now I'd say like that's your person. You of course will be talking to them on a day-to-day basis. That's a compare maybe by then my catch feelings, Shaz. You know what? How can you text?
You're not a real friend because you didn't listen that.
Yeah, and sometimes life is just happening. Like genuinely life is just happening. You get caught up. The minute your breathing is the only time you have for yourself. So because it's all around balance, but I just think when adult friendships, like we don't have to talk every day.
I get you, but now this thing about not talking every day, I feel like there's a very thin line, and I feel like there are people who misuse it in the sense that they those people. Have you ever met people who hang on the fact that they feel like you'll never move on from them. So as in, they'll do all the stuff they want to do to you, they will never be there for you when you need them, they'll always, and then they'll use the mask of, real friends, we don't always have to talk every day, but in actual sense, they're not being intentional about your friendship. So don't get us twisted.
Yeah,
we don't.
That's not that.
Yeah, and actually that's my second point. I'm watching my second point. Being intentional, and I'll mix it up with what she said. The fact that you don't have to talk every day does not mean that now you're not intentional about
exactly. Or you're not intentional to meet, to have a conversation. Say, okay, when are we meeting so we catch up? Or when can we have a call or whatever.
When can we go out?
It's not to say that now, because we're not talking every day, since I can't have a chill. No. As you said, you have to be intentional to ensure that the friendship lasts, and of course the friendship can only last if you guys are communicating.
Exactly.
So, as much as you won't talk every day, probably you guys, it's like a weekend thing. You guys do a weekend, maybe drink up or lunch or breakfast, just to catch up with what's been happening. It could be weekly, it could be bi-weekly, it could be monthly, but all in all, there's that intentional element.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think both points are the same, because at the end of the day, they're not talking every day, and that's how you get to know, I think, your best buds, because these are people who will understand, what Kare is going through the most right now, and I'm not going to expect her to, if I know I need to talk to you, I know I can always ring her, and that's the other thing about adult friendships. There are people who will expect ati wewe ndo unashinda ukimpigia simu. Sis, you also have a life, you have struggles, you have bills, you have this kind of economy that we're all struggling to just survive in. And then you expect me, ati mimi ndo sasa, and I'll always be the person to initiate conversation. That's not how adult friendships work. It has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. Like, I know when Karen needs me, she'll always ring up, she'll always text me, she'll be like, Ritz, I need this and this. You sort me out like this. I call her when I want to come to her place, and I'm just like, I just need someone to talk to. It has to be mutual. And that's the thing about intention. Don't expect don't be those people who will cry. What is it called? Cry wolf. Yeah, will cry wolf. They're always like, but me, she never calls me. Have you called her? Did you call Karen? She was like, I can't talk to you right now.
Did you call me?
I'm busy. Did you? Like you need to be as mature up in your thinking. Know that everyone has a lot going on in their lives, and if you need something, go and ask for it. Like if I am, for example, going through the most in terms of finances, and I don't tell you, how will you know? And then after that, I come and say, okay, my friends are not real friends. Sis, or bro, like, did you ask first of all? Even the Bible, the good book says, ask and you shall receive. Sasa ukikaa hapo na mashida zako, please. Tajuaje?
You are going through the most.
No one will know, yeah. So I think that's the thing for me.
That's true. Yeah, definitely. And that's reminded me of one of my close group friends. So the thing is, everyone was busy. Like things are happening, people are moving, things like that. But we genuinely knew we had the intention to meet. And what we just did is, one of us just woke up and asked, you know what? We're not pushing. So come up on anything on Saturday, cancel. Like cancel it and cancel it. What we're doing is we are meeting up. And it's not someone who's forced. Like it's within the group, there's no one who's forcing. It's just like, okay guys, we've pushed this meetup for too long, but we're not putting our foot down. So come on anything, one get to interrupt. You have to cancel. So that's intention. Like you're like, we have to meet because this friendship matters to me. We have to meet. Yeah,
I like that. I think sometimes you have to call out someone, and that's another point. Like in adult friendships, there reaches a point in life where you just have to call out someone for something. And I think for me this is very important, because the younger I was, I had this fear of, if I tell Kare this, how will she take me? Will she be my friend after this? Will she think that I was doing it out of malice? But I think the older you grow, the more you realize, like me, I know Kare, like, you always want the best for me. And if you tell me something, it's not because that you're jealous, it's because you've seen, it's Apple, you're not doing the right thing. You can try doing this and this will probably work for you. And I think that's one thing I love about adult friendships. It's the fact that you have this trust, you develop this kind of trust with people, with your inner circle, and you know that these people want the best for you. You see, when you're younger, there's so much immaturity. Someone is telling you something because probably they're jealous of you. Someone is telling you something because they don't have it. Like there's just a lot of drama that's involved there. So I think the older you grow, the more you realize it's okay for someone to call you out. You'll feel bad. That's the thing about the truth. It hurts Sis, please, let's be real. These are things they don't tell you. The true heart.
But I think when someone tells you the truth, and please let me consider on that point of the truth. Not that it's also you go and cut this person like also there's a way to deliver the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like don't go there. As much as it's the truth, don't be very what's the word? Like there's a gentle way to actually deliver the truth as opposed, usikate mtu mkono tu hivi damu. No. But what was I saying is the aspect of genuine friendships is what it does is actually gives you peace of mind within your friendships. Is knowing that within the circle of friends that you have, there's no one who's out to stab you, there's someone who's out to get you. So there's just that peace of mind that your friends are genuine, and you can be yourself. Because you see the other aspect of it not being a genuine friendship is you'll always be on edge. You'll be like, okay, so with this one, what do I say? What do I not say? I'm not too sure. And it'll always fuck up your mind for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
It definitely will. So with genuine friendships comes also peace of mind, and peace of mind is
please, please, the older you grow, the more you realize that it's not
bad energy,
left, right, stay far away, far. Like, look, we don't need you in our life. We're already battling a lot. We just need peace of mind. It's the same thing even that we told about marriage. We're not married, but we've had people saying, as in, make sure your home is a peaceful place. And that's why you'll find people don't even want to go back to their homes because I can get from Lango if she doesn't even part up. Can you imagine your hubby or your spouse is having issues at work? Labda ameenda kwa barabara, watu Kenyan drivers are just insane. So he's on the roughest time on the road. And let's put ourselves in those shoes. Maybe you are the one who's had a bad day at work. You've gone, your girlfriends are probably stabbing you in the back. You've gone, you're driving, everything is not working out, and then you come home and then there's more stress. Please, miss me. Miss me that. Miss me. So yeah, that's the thing. As she said, peace of mind is everything. Make sure you're the kind of person who brings peace with your friends. When people think about you, what do they think about? Like when they think about you, do they think about drama? I just ended up with drama. I'm going to meet this person. Jealousy. You don't need that kind of energy around you. Be genuine, and when you're genuine, you're able to attract peace.
Honestly, that's true, and that's very true. Like if you're genuine, I think that's the law of attraction. I don't know.
You'll attract
you guys will just find a way. Even if you're first day in the office, you'll just find people who are genuine just based on the energy, on your genuine energy that you also give out. So honestly, genuine attracts genuine, and if something is just not genuine, I just think one way or another that friendship or something will just fizzle out, or mtakosana tu, or mtaenda two different ways out of just
fakeness.
See fakeness, but amko tu sijui kama mtu amko aligned ama hamko, what's the word? You see, in sync. You see, the thing is, if you're genuine, let me so that you get to the point. If I'm genuine, Sharon, and you're not genuine with me, you may be genuine with other people, you're not genuine with me. So the aspect that you're not genuine with me, or you're not true to me, or you're not honest with me, or all those things, what ends up is our relationship or our friendship will start to fizzle out. Because one of us, and high chances that if it's me on this front of like, okay, Sharon, she's my friend, I've known her for many years, but I just don't feel maybe if she's genuine with
anymore,
me, you know. So, and that's what that friendship, one way or another, it might fizzle out, it might not fizzle out, it might, whatever happens, but if you guys don't address that situation, that friendship will die automatically.
For sure.
Because you see, me, I'm being 100% with you, but you are feeling like you're not 100%.
You're like 50 or 20,
No.
So I'm telling you, you see this ghetto-ness we're talking about. Another thing I've thought about is it's things they don't tell you about adult friendships is there are people who will ghost you. Hey, I should stand because of this story, or what do I do? Sister! Hey! Do you know ghosting? I think ghosting should be a word in the dictionary in case
I think it is. I don't
It is.
know. Maybe under slang. I don't
Do you
know.
know 1 minute you guys are best of friends, the next day you wake up, this person has blocked you on social media, this person, hey passion, and you see the intensity. This person is no longer talking to you, as in this person just, I mean, that's one thing I wasn't ready for. I promise you, I've always been the kind of person who's very intentional about. I love friends. I'm such a friends person, and when such things happen to me, they really take me aback. And I think I always tell this sister of mine, the way for me even heartbreaks are not that bad. And you see that what we were talking about when we were starting, it's because a friend knows everything. As in, you've told them probably the things you've done in your relationship that are not good. You've told them.
A friend is. It's actually a relationship. It's even a relationship first.
It is.
But because of the level of depth, you get to know with a boyfriend or whatever, that things you might not necessarily be open with. That's probably another topic for another day. But with a friend, and especially if that person is, you guys are constantly together, you've told them everything. Vitu zenye hata huwezi taka mtu mwingine ajue. So continue.
In fact, you make me. I remember seeing a quote that was saying, "If you and I break up as friends, you are sticking by me forever because you know too much about me." So in case you think that we will stop being friends at some point, please, ujuange too, we are friends because you have so much dirt on me. And that's the thing about friendships. One day, adult friendships, I don't know what happens. I think maybe it's what we were talking about and the way you were saying people evolve. Maybe you realize, okay, fine, this person meant the world to me at some point in my life, but where I'm at right now, I don't want her vibes. But the thing I want to tell you guys, it's very important to let people know, because people out here, exactly, like that's the thing about me, even in relationships, with romantic relationships, once you don't have closure, it's very hard for you to move on, because you always wonder, what did I do to him? Why did it end like that? But when you have closure, you're like, okay, fine, she told me this is the thing, and the reason why she's no longer my friend is because of this and this. So ghosting is a thing, and I'm sure there are so many girls and boys who've gone through this. So please comment and tell us, what is your ghosting story? Nani alikughost? And then it hurts because it really hurts. You need closure, especially because 1 minute you see, imagine the way we're shooting this amazing content like this, and then tomorrow I'm not talking to you. You're not talking to me.
Nobody's taking the phone.
Imagine. I think one thing I know is, another thing I've vowed to do is, even if someone is no longer like my person, I'd rather tell you, you know what, you hurt me in this and this way, and I don't think I can get past that. No, ujuange nimenyamaza because of this and this. I feel like that's being mature, because you don't give someone, people already have so much going on in their lives. Now you add them more problems of wondering what happened. Just can't. I cannot. I was making it. So that's my other point. What's your other point?
Let's go down there.
Wacha kumbe hata haijakuwa ikirecord rates.
Imekuwa ikirecord. Tuko 23 minutes.
For real? I love it. I love it.
That's long though.
Wacha nikwambie. Kare, wacha tu utafungua YouTube utajua. Nakwambia watch hours. Subscribers is not anything. Watch hours. That's why you find Kina Sharon Mundia will do 40-50 minutes of content. Kina over 25 will do 27. Joy Candy will do 30 minutes. It's hard. We can do one point and then finish up. No.
Yeah, what's the other point that I can say? We've talked a lot.
I like it because it's conversation, it's not points.
I think the other thing on my side is we've talked about the aspect of letting friendships die.
No, we can't talk about that.
Yeah.
So in line with me ghosting, after that you can say, you can be like, and about that. No.
Alright, so in line with Sharon's point on ghosting, I think even within adult friendships, I guess we need to normalize the fact that friendships die. And it's completely okay for friendships to die, because and probably just circling back to what I spoke about earlier, it could be an aspect of people evolving or people changing, because people will not be the same way you guys were tight maybe like 5 years ago, and now someone will change here and there. But I think if you feel the friendship is not adding maybe any value to you, or the friendship is feeling strained, or anything of this sort, I think it's okay. It's okay for a friendship to die. It's okay to say that this friendship lasted its course. It was a beautiful course. We were good friends. It worked when it worked, but now it's over and it's completely fine. And you don't utaki mtu mabaya, like babe can go or guy can go, and things can be flourishing for them, and that's a good thing. And so for yourself. But I think that aspect of just being okay with friendships dying is something that people need to just normalize.
And I think now you've brought in my last point, and it's more about, it's in line with what you're saying. Even as friendships are dying, we need to normalize the healing process. I think one thing is, it's so okay for someone to come out here and say this relationship was toxic and I'm going through mental health issues, but it's very hard for you to hear anyone coming out and saying my friendship ended and it really hurt me. And I think we have this mentality of no, sister, like you're being a simp, you're being like, why you exaggerating? But the truth is, everyone is feeling that, just that no one has the guts to come out and speak about it. So we have to tell you, you need to normalize.
And the healing process is, because I've been there. The healing process, it's not easy. It actually damages. Because you end up questioning yourself. You end up questioning yourself like, guy, ni mimi niko na shida, ni mimi nilifanya kitu mbaya, did I, so you start again, self-doubt now starts coming in. Am I a good friend? Am I the bad person? Am I the bad friend? And if I did something wrong, what exactly did I? Because it's very important to know what exactly you did wrong. Because you see, mtu anaweza tumosikia vibaya, but ukiangalia to all the statistics, you're like, unaangalia uko like, hapa kuna kaodo hakaada. But that thing of healing is important. And if journaling, because I think for me journaling kind of helped, and how it is for me, I there's journaling and I also talk a lot to myself.
Oh, talking to yourself.
Okay.
Oh, really?
What did we do? So I don't know. For me, it works. It works, just that aspect of talking to myself in the mirror, or just thinking. Like, I don't even have to be in the mirror, but being able to talk out. Even it doesn't have to be to someone else. If you have a friend who you can of course let out to, the better. But healing from friendship that died. A friendship that didn't go how you wanted it to go. There is definitely something that people should talk about. Talk about. And I think for me also, like how she's saying she journals. For me, it's talking. Like she's seen the most. This one can talk. There are times
I come to her place and I'm just rambling and speaking about my friendship issues, and she's always there to listen. Okay, guys, it's different for everyone. I also journal a lot. So for me, nilisema, this life I don't kill myself in this life. I don't kill myself. I will not kill myself.
You're so beautiful.
I'm so beautiful.
Why should you kill yourself? Don't have the most high.
No. Please come on from a stress. Do you know the worst part is you will die, and these people who were causing all that stress will move on you even before you are 6 feet under. It's so sad, and that's a story for another day. But please talk about it. Find someone you can talk to. If you can't find someone within your circle, go for therapy. Normalize therapy. I know it's expensive, but nowadays I see there's a lot of toll-free services.
And I think recently I saw a post, someone just talking about how affordable therapy sessions. This is like 1,500 per session or 2,000. Which I mean, if you have to compare what therapy sessions cost, that's really, really cheap. So and therapy then need to mean that you have a problem. Sometimes you don't have to go to therapy because at ukona mashida mingi, but it's just a good way to just even look at some things that you might have bottled up very many years ago that maybe trigger how you act, trigger how you think, trigger maybe the people you attract in your life. So therapy, because I remember I'm mentioning this to someone, they're like, oh, you know, anyone can go to therapy. And it's not that I was insinuating that they have problems, but you see, if you have a friend who might not necessarily be able to talk to you or to open up to you, it's I guess it's my responsibility to tell you that, you know, if you don't feel comfortable talking to me, I think you should consider therapy, because that's a neutral person, and you know, we can still continue being friends even if, you know, so that that aspect of it, si lazima ati mtu akoti na mashida milioni ya therapy.
That's true. Wow, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
You guys, I know you want more, so I promise we'll be doing more content. Please be on the lookout.
This is fun. This is my first YouTube video.
I know, right?
Comment section.
So thank you so much. Don't forget to check out Kari Kaburu's Instagram page for some dope content. I promise you, her link will be right below here. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Comment. We'd love to hear what you think about it.
And anything you might have missed out, actually.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, this topic is very exhaustive. So if you think there's something we might have left out, do tell us in the comment section so that we can also learn from you and your experiences.
Yes, so thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.